Welcome everyone to another episode of Just Saying Football with Jack and Sean. I'm your host Sean Gannon alongside my partner Jack McNicholas. We're here to bring you news, notes, weekly updates, and game analysis of your favorite teams from around the league. If you have the chance, go check out our website justsayingfootball.com and follow us on Instagram at justsayingwjs for article and video. Do not also forget that we are now on Spotify. You can check us out on podcasts. We're there now. You can listen to us right in your ear.
Yeah, take us to the gym. Take us on your train rides to work. It's going to be a good time. Every episode is now on Spotify, like Sean said.
Every single episode. All right. Before we jump into the Week 8 Thursday Night Football matchup, I just want to go over some news and notes.
Heck yeah.
From what happened
A
Week 7.
lot to digest from this weekend.
Oh, yeah. On Monday, we had a trade. Jacksonville Jaguars send running back James Robinson to the New York Jets in exchange for a 2023 conditional 6th-round pick that could become a 5th-round pick. Now, this makes sense considering two major injuries to them as we move along to the injuries with running back Breece Hall, the rookie.
Rookie breakout.
Suffered a torn ACL, will miss the rest of the season, along with second-year offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker will also be out with a torn tricep. Let's keep this moving along. San Francisco 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk underwent finger surgery. Will be out until after San Francisco's Week 9 bye. Deebo Samuel suffered a hamstring strain, is considered day-to-day. LA Chargers cornerback J.C. Jackson suffered a ruptured patellar tendon. Will be out the rest of the season. Wide receiver Mike Williams for the Chargers. High ankle sprain will be out indefinitely. Sadly, moving right along, the Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf will not need surgery on his knee, which is huge. No long-term absence are the reports as of right now, and the final two injuries coming in. Giants rookie tight end Daniel Billinger will be undergoing surgery to repair a fracture in his eye socket. Got poked in the eye in the Jacksonville Jaguars game. And first-round rookie Evan Neal suffered a knee injury. It was an MCL sprain. Will be out a few weeks. And the final little bit of notes, quarterback Matt Ryan, shoulder strain, benched for Sam Ehlinger.
It's a new era.
Do need to point out, though, Frank Wright was very clear. They were going to bench him regardless of the injury.
Yeah, I think we expected that, though. Matt Ryan, it's been underwhelming. And, this is a big decision. I mean, they're paying him a lot of money over the next 2 seasons. He has a top 10 cap hit in the league, so the Colts are spending a lot of money for him to sit on the bench. We saw a little bit of Sam Ehlinger in the preseason, saw a lot of him at Texas, but now that he's finally taken the reins, I love Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, but definitely a huge thing to look for going forward. A team definitely making a huge change midseason.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it makes sense considering that Matt Ryan already has 9 interceptions.
Leading.
Yeah. All right. Let's move this into our Week 8 Thursday Night Football matchup when the Baltimore Ravens made their way to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. 45.5 over under here. They expect a lot of points. The favorites, Baltimore, -1.5. Terrible line. Terrible.
We hate those. What are you thinking out the gate? I mean, they are going down to Tampa. It's Lamar versus Tom Brady, so I'll let you take it away.
Well, first things first, panic button in Tampa Bay. I mean, Todd Bowles made the comments about it's not the same team from the past. Fans shouldn't think it's a Super Bowl team. These kinds of things. Which I think bothered a lot of fans. I mean, I'm not even a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, so for some reason that bothered me because I was like, not very far removed from the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, I mean, and it is really only a season and a half since they've been in the champions, and they still have pretty much the exact same roster that they did when they won that championship. It is very interesting, this matchup. It's, if we want to see them win, if they win this game and they go off, I think Todd Bowles would be like, hey, we're back to exactly what we did back then. So I think it's justified for the opposite where they're not doing well and they're not the same team. And I think that he is also just kind of saying that, not to expect a lot under him. I mean, he himself is now a first-year head coach under this. He's been a head coach before, many Jets fans remember, but I think that it is a panic button time if you are losing this game. Now you are 3-5. The whole division is a mess, but New Orleans and Atlanta keep winning games. You just lost to the worst opponent in your division. I mean, the Ravens are a good team, but this could be a huge, if not hitting the panic button, this is a huge step to it.
See, I think the things that are worrying me is they rank dead last in running the ball. Okay, Lenny does have 3 touchdown receptions in the last 4 games, but they're not running the ball efficiently. And quite honestly, to back it up, Their defensive rush game has not been the same. They're only in the middle of the pack here, 16th. That was kind of like their bread and butter, the Vita Vea and the Shaquille Barrett, the JPP, who's no longer with the team. A little bit better in the pass yards. They do rank 6th. That's offense. Against the pass, which is not bad for them, but they do have a few injuries, including Logan Ryan. The biggest question mark is what Ravens is going to show up in our ranking system for the full 4 quarters. That's been the problem.
First half or the second half Ravens.
Yeah, and they stay around for the entirety of the first half, and that second half they really drop off. They lucked out last week against the Browns. They missed a field goal that would have ended up tying the game, and I feel like the Browns would end up probably winning that game with that momentum. But I believe in Baltimore. I'm going to ride with the Ravens right now. I'm not confident with what's going on with the Buccaneers. Mike Evans dropped a wide open pass that could have totally changed the scope of that game.
Yeah.
It definitely would have been a touchdown. And I just don't know if this is the same Buccaneers team. I don't love what Todd Bowles is saying to the people right now about this isn't the same team from the past. Get over it.
Like, to circle back to that is just not what you want your head coach saying 2 years after the Super Bowl. I mean, that is just... it's not something you'd catch John Harbaugh saying after he won a Super Bowl. The Ravens head coach, when he won in 2012, all of his guys left. And you know what he did? He went back and he kept trying to rebuild his teamwork. This team hasn't gone through any changes, and they're just losing because there's obviously a storm brewing down there. And it's, in that locker room, there's the chemistry issues. There's been injuries. But I think it's really just, there's a lot of the tendencies that we see with these teams mid-season where they either need to step up. This is Tom Brady. He could come back. They have a weak division, continue to win. But this is also Lamar Jackson on the other side. I feel like, when you look at Lamar, he has, had a great season in the sense that he's been able to run the ball 500 yards already for a midway through point through the season. Top 5, I believe, right now. Yeah, and with that, he is the X factor. That's kind of what I feel like the 1.5 line reflects is that, he may not have his weapons, his running backs may be hurt, but it doesn't matter. He is, a huge essential part to their run game, how they manage the clock. I am interested in Tampa this week. It's very weird. I'm gonna go. I want to go with the Ravens, and but I have to tell you, Tampa Bay at home, I feel like every time I bet against them, it's tough. But is there a good argument for me to go Tampa Bay? You know what I'm saying? I can't find that reason that I think that a lot of people think they're gonna win and why it would be closer after they just got blown up.
I think the only thing that might be the reason why is that if their passing game is able to get it going, they do rank 6th in passing. They're throwing 266 yards a game, and currently the Ravens 26th against the pass defensively. That's not great. They're giving up 261 yards a game.
That is my thing. I feel like, like you said, Mike Evans dropped a huge
Mike Evans doesn't drop that ball last week. All of a sudden, it's a different outcome.
And I think that, them being at home, I just find Tampa's offense to be tough. They're going to have to score a lot of points, but their defense, they are the 5th best defense when it comes to scoring. So for me, it's about that Tampa Bay defense versus the Ravens offense. I will go with the Ravens because I think that with Justin Tucker, they have shown in primetime games they've really just driven up the field, and when they don't have that deep threat, they're going for it. But Tampa, man, this is a sneaky team. They last week I feel like was such a trap game for them in every sense. With McCaffrey being out for the Panthers, it's one of those things. And they've had the Steelers, that had Kenny Pickett. So if they couldn't beat those teams, I think that I don't think they'll be able to beat Baltimore. I think this is Baltimore's time to get their season right. And this is what, we've been hoping for them to take over their division, to beat good teams. This is a good opportunity for them to kind of bury Tampa 2 games under. And I saw something today, 3-4. This is the longest Tom Brady has gone into the season being below 500 since 2002. So 20 years. Time. And this is going to be the first time he plays the Ravens since his time with the Patriots. I don't know if they're going to have that, him and Belichick type of magic against the Ravens this week. And we saw what Lamar did last time he played Tom Brady during his MVP season.
I will also say I do think this could be a get-right game for the Ravens defense. That's pass rushing has been lackluster.
Yeah, and when you're looking at the passing game, I know Tampa is 6th, but they're not going to be able to beat this Ravens team if they don't run the ball and control the clock. So I do think at the end of the day, Baltimore is definitely the favorite. I'm also. I mean, I do trust the Bucks. I do like the 45.5. I think that they'll probably on the short. If it wasn't a short week, I'd say like hammer it. But I feel like it's risky going for it because this game is. There's no way I can picture this game being low scoring, but with the Ravens lacking their running backs and the Tampa Bay defense, being as good as it is, I feel like it could go lower.
I'll take the over on this one. The Buccaneers got to put up points, and the Ravens can definitely compete and put up points. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think the offense of the Buccaneers needs to get something going. I'm hoping to see at least like 3 touchdowns from Tom to some extent. Like
I feel like we haven't seen a nice 3-touchdown game from him all season.
Look, at this time last year, we were already like he was in the MVP category, that kind of stuff. Right now, I mean, he's nowhere near top 10. I think right now in the MVP race, I'd put Justin Jefferson getting the MVP before him right now.
What about Lamar as MVP candidate? Where would you rank him this year?
I mean, I think he's up there, but Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes,
of course,
Jalen Hurts. I think those are probably the top 3 MVP candidates. Right
Same. Yeah, I agree with that. He's like top 5. But I mean, the 500 rushing yard just blows my mind that with all these injuries, he's still able to do
It'd be amazing if he broke his own record that he set just a few years ago.
Yeah,
during his own MVP season.
Yeah, I believe it was around 1,100-1,200, so he's got some ways to go, but he could totally do it at this pace.
That's just so many yards if you think about it from wide receiver.
And no J.K. Dobbins this week.
Yeah, short-term IR.
Drake hurt, Justice Hill, Mike Davis. I feel like it's going to be
big Gus Edwards day.
A lot of everyone's talking about Gus Edwards. I am not a huge fan of starting Gus Edwards right now this week, but a lot of people should go pick him up.
Yep, I will just say that if the Ravens also definitely want to secure this win, throw the ball to Mark Andrews, let the man be making a ton of catches. It was tight ends day. Didn't even.
Tight ends day got 0.5 fantasy points.
He ran the ball.
Come on, man.
All right, but that is all the time we have. Thank you for listening. Everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify. We are now on podcast format.
Heck yeah. Spotify, Just Saying Football. Remember us on YouTube, Just Saying Football, and justsayingfootball.com. Also, check us out on Instagram for all your updates for when the videos, podcasts, articles are posted. Right there, Just Saying No G WJS. Thank you guys for checking us out. Enjoyed this game. Go Ravens.
Enjoy.